Okay, so today is a sewing day and I decided to come downstairs because I actually have a shirt that was a long sleeve shirt and I'm turning it into a short sleeve shirt for my friend. So I cut the sleeve length off on both sides, and I actually already finished one sleeve just to be sure that I could do it. And yes, I had a little bobble here, but that's okay. It's more about the fact that it'll be done. This was a clearance shirt, it was a leftover, and I got it for $1. So anyhow, if I really screw it up, it's not a huge deal. But I don't think I'm going to screw it up. I think the first sleeve looks pretty good. But we're going to talk through how to use your serger to actually put the hem or the band on your shirt sleeves today. And this is something that I have wanted to learn how to do for a while because I'm not great at hemming, and this shirt is a testament to that. This is not great hemming. But I am going to learn how to use the serger to put the bands on so that things look a little tidier. And I already went ahead and did the first one just to practice, and honestly, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. So I thought, I'm going to use this today, and I'm going to show you all how to put that band in the sleeve so that you too can make tidier edges than this, because this is not a tidy edge. Not a tidy edge at all. I could have actually cut a band, but it's just more pieces, man, and I'm more about the finished project than the actual process of putting it together. So anyway, some reminders before we get started with our sewing day. Let's see, it's still June, so make sure that you are posting your year of self-care. Let's see, social media posts, that's what I want. So make sure that you tag us, Black Sheep Fiber Emporium, or BSFE, so that we can find you. We also have a contest running for Slow Yarn Crawl, so if you want a passport for free, you can go enter our contest. You can find it at the Slow Yarn Crawl Instagram or Facebook page. And all you have to do is tag a friend or share the post and tag us so that we know that you've entered. That's it, really simple. And I'm giving away 5 passports. 5. So throwing that out there. Yeah, Slow Yarn Crawl. Underway, totally underway. Already seeing some people pop through the shop who are participating. And I designed our knit pattern. Tina designed the crochet pattern, and I think they both turned out super cute. So you can find all the patterns at Slow Yarn Crawl. That's slowcrawl.com for those of you who haven't been there before. And you can see all 50, I think there's 50 patterns, all 50 patterns from the 32 shops this year. It's a lot of patterns. So anyway, we have some really, really cute things this year. Really, really cute things. The designers did a great job for the shops. Anyway, so those things are important. Don't forget that next month, July, it's your Christmas in July, so you're supposed to buy or make yourself something really special and then wrap it up and give it to yourself as a gift because it's Christmas in July, so, you know, might as well. I sorted all of my roving into a couple of bags, so we'll have to pick a new roving for the next spinning session. And while we are doing a hemming session with the serger today, next time I do sewing, which will be like 3 weeks from now, I think it's time for some sashiko. Yes. Either that, or we're gonna go back to go back and do some more hand embroidery because I like doing, all kinds of sewing stuff along with all of my fibery pursuits. It all counts, right? It's needlework. We're just gonna put it all in there under needlework. And I did get Tina to send me some needle felting needles as well. So I thought maybe we should do something needle felting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Needle felting? Fun? Not fun? I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to get started today. I'm going to show you what I did already. I'm going to talk you through what we're going to do. Then we're going to go to the serger. We'll pop the serger around our sleeve today, and I can show you the finished project. So here we go. So here's our little workspace at the moment. This right here is the shirt that I am working on. So I have a friend and he really likes short sleeve shirts a lot better than long sleeve shirts. So I took what were long sleeves and I chopped off the sleeve. And then I was testing the serger to make sure that the settings were all right. But I chopped off the sleeve and on both of my shirt sleeves. And I'm not using the band that's on them because this band would be much too small. So I could have, if I was just like trying to shorten this, I could have unpicked this, just taken this all apart and then used the band to shorten the cuff. But I needed to shorten the whole sleeve. And so instead what I did was, found this tutorial because I knew it had to be possible on making a band using your serger. So there it is. There's my serged edge inside, and I do still have to finish it. But there's my serged edge inside. And I did have a tiny little bobble here that didn't go through quite like it should have. But I don't think it looks too bad. I kind of eyeballed my band allowance, and so, you know, I'm a little bit skinny down here. I'll have to try to rectify that on the other one. But there we go. It doesn't, I don't think it looks terrible, to be perfectly honest. So to do that, we are going to take our sleeve, and what we need to do is turn down, you know, approximately, like, I don't know what I did over there. It wasn't very much. Not even half an inch, scant half an inch. And again, I just eyeballed this because that's kind of the way that I roll right now. If this had been super important, yeah, I probably would have measured it, but meh. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it down, and then the next thing I'm going to do is pop it out. And again, I am just trying to make a little sandwich type thing. And again, I'm just eyeballing this. So you can see this needs more fabric, so get down in there a little bit. Pop this up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use pins, I'm actually going to use clips. So I'm just going to take my clips along this one edge over here. And I did cut this about an inch longer than my friend wanted for his sleeve, with the intention of being able to cut this down further if I needed to. And also being able to leave a little longer hem if I needed it, but then I didn't end up needing it, so it was totally fine. Totally fine. And again, I'm not doing this super precise. I'm just trying to mostly make it match the other one. And this is the problem area here where I had issues because this little section in here doesn't want to fold nicely because it's the seam, and the seam is always difficult. So going to adjust this a little more on this side as well. Try to get it a little smoother. There we go. And then I'm just going to hoop, beyond hoop, that when I put this in and I get it down, that it isn't going to bubble. That's the key. All right, so now that I have this all folded, whoop, sorry. I'm gonna come over here to the serger, and I've gone ahead and set my serger, and I went ahead and did the one sleeve already. And the other thing that I did was I took the free arm off, and I did swap out my purple, there's my purple thread, for this white thread over here. And the next thing that I'm going to do is go ahead, and usually I start before that seam, but because I've been having issues, I'm going to start after that seam and try to set this in. There we go. So that the edge of my fold runs right along the edge of my machine. I'm not actually trying to cut anything because I don't want to cut my fabric. So what I'm trying to do is just run this fold right along the edge of my machine here so that everything is caught, but nothing really gets trimmed off. Now, if it trims a little bit of my raw edge, I don't care. But I really don't want it to trim my fold. That's the key for this. And then stretch it out. Uh-oh, I'm getting a little bit into it. So there we go. And again, I am just trying to keep this fairly even. Okay. And I can see I'm going to have some issues down in the fold. So, do the best I can. Let's pin that again. A little bit slower up in here. And again, I do tend to run into a lot of problems because there's just so much fabric that you're working with when you have these folded seams that a lot of times I run into problems trying to get it serged together. Come on. Oh, there. I think I might be over the hump. I always just go a little slower and try to be a little careful. And anyway. There we go. Uh-oh. I didn't quite get it. Looks like I broke a thread. Drat. So hopeful. So hopeful. Wow, this is a good lesson too in how to fix those broken threads. All right. And look, I was so close, but again, it's this hump. So in fixing my broken threads, these are still, both of these are correctly threaded. So I'm just going to take this little tray off, and I'm going to grab my little tool. It's very important to check your manual and read about your tools because you've got all kinds of things in here that you don't know about if you don't read about them. And this is just a little threader tool. So it has a little metal piece inside. And what it does is it helps you to push, didn't quite get it, push the thread, come on, through the hole. Aha! Oh, no, shoot. All right, pull it out a little more. It helps to push the thread through the hole in your needle. There we go. Oh, no, not again. Really? Come on, buddy. Okay, just have to be a little bit slower. Okay, come on. Stay, stay, stay. Stay. Don't pull. Don't pull. Oh, shoot. And then I pulled it out myself. Okay, these do really work very well. I'm just not doing it quite correctly today. There we go. Come on, loop. Come on. Ah, ha, ha, ha. There we go. So now there is this little loop back here. And, oh, don't come out now. There we go. And yeah, you should be turning your machine off and not threading near the knife, but I needed the light while I was talking to you guys. Okay, there we go. Move it to the back, and now let's go find that sleeve. This one. That was almost finished. Look how close I was. It was that close. But again, this section is always a problem because there's just so much fabric there that it doesn't want to go through properly. Actually, let me just chain off a little more. Come on. There we go. Just to make sure everything's hunky-dory, and it is. I don't know where that phrase comes from either, by the way. Hunky-dory. No clue. All right, let's get this done. Okay. Nope. Nope. Come on. Sugar. And it's popped out again. This is the disadvantage of using this machine. Thread it again. It's also the disadvantage when you are trying to do a demo. No! So close. Didn't quite get it. Come on. Don't know why you want to be grouchy today. Nope. I really like the little threader until it doesn't work. And then I don't like it so much. Ha! Figured you out. Sometimes I use this little plastic thing back in here. There we go. I do wonder if I have this set maybe just a smidgen too tight, if that's my problem. Just ease up on it a little bit. Okay. Let's try this again. Only I'm not going to go over that. Because clearly I've already got that secured. Start after my hump. Oops, I forgot to check it. Hang on. One moment, one moment. Well, that wouldn't have gone well. It would also help if I had this in the guide. Okay, there we go. Okay. Not the things pull off, but oh, there we go. Finally. See, troubleshooting, it's important to know how to work with your machine. And there, that band is a little bit better than the other one. But not bad. And we're just gonna go press that down. So I'm going to unplug my machine. Move my tail out of the way. There we go. Put my little catcher back on. My thread catcher here. I need to clean my machine too. We should talk about that one day. How to clean your machine. Okay. And now I have wool pressing mats because I really like wool pressing mats. I invested in these. They weren't that expensive, but I invested in these last year when I was starting to do a lot of sewing. And I really like them because they help to heat the bottom and the top at the same time. And I'm just trying to turn my serged edge in, and then hopefully my iron will do the rest of the work and press that down. And I'm all finished. Ta-da! So that is 2 sleeves that have been cut and hemmed, and they don't look too terrible. Yes, I probably should have used something other than beige for those other 2 threads. Like I probably should have done white, white, and white. But I just didn't feel like changing all the threads. I changed one color. And I could have been a little more precise in my measuring. But again, you know, when this is on, no one's going to look that closely. And it's done. And it was a $1 shirt, and it's all finished. It's all finished and ready to go. So, yeah. Okay. So that's down. Now the last thing that I have to do is I do need to take, uh-oh, where did I shove it? Okay, well I'm going to have to find it. I do have to find my tapestry needle, because I'm not entirely sure where it went. I had one that was sitting right here. Oh, there it is. Aha! I have to take my tapestry needle, and I need to go in and secure the ends of my threads by running them back through along my edges, just like this, and then I snip them short, and then it will be good to go. So I'll do that one. Anyway, and that's it. My shirt's all ready to go. I can ship this to my friend and he can wear it, and hopefully he'll get several years of use out of it, and everything shall be hunky-dory, since I apparently really like that word today. Hunky-dory. That one. That one. And yeah, I do need to figure out how to serge off and be a little tidier in my serge off. That's something that's not very tidy yet. So I have some research to do in order to be more competent in my serge off. But that's kind of half the fun too, is learning new techniques and figuring out how to do things. And I just like learning. I like learning. So there we go. 2 sleeves, all done. And not a ton of work. But they look pretty nice. I have that little bobble there. It's maybe a little thinner up here than I'd like, but you know what? Again, they're done. They're done, and it's wearable. So here, let's flip this around. Oh, it could be my internet too, Tamara. So, oh, there we go. Boopity-boop-boop-boo. Doopity-doop. Okay, so there we go. It's all finished. Oh, it's a little cocked. Hang on. There. All finished. Sleeves completely done. Do-to-do. Do-to-do. Ta-da! So now I can ship this to my friend, although I do have to make him some peanut butter cookies because I kind of promised. But hey, the shirt's ready, finally. I was trying to get this done last week, but it just didn't happen. And then it coincided with Sewing Wednesday, and it seemed like the perfect time to talk about how to use your serger to finish the bands on a sleeve. And they're the same length, so at least I got that much right. And again, it's totally wearable. Totally wearable. And it's going to be better for him than the long sleeved ones, I can tell you that. All right, so let's see. Next week, what are we back to? Mediterranean knotted lace? No? Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Next week might be the week that I'm walking you through the garden. I put the events up because it's much easier for me to check the event versus remembering what I told you I was going to do. So whatever the event says for next week, that's what we're doing. So we'll be weaving next week. I do know that much. And I have every intention of prepping either a hand spun weft for commercial warp, Or I've thought about doing a rag rug because I have a ton of pieces over here in my box, because I keep all my little scraps, and I have lots of, you know, salvages. That one's not a salvage, but I have lots and lots of salvages that I kept. That, like this one, this is a good salvage right here. So I thought about taking the salvages and making a rag rug because they're already kind of pre-cut. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that sound like fun? The other thing is that I have lots of bits of like cut off edges like this that I had off of strips, and I could take all these little things and I could sew them into strips too and use them, you know, again, in like a rag rug. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would that be fun? Would it be fun to make a rag rug? I don't know. So yeah, next week we're doing weaving. I don't know exactly what we're doing yet, but I have 2 ideas, and I just need to make a decision on what we're gonna do. So yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up. Don't forget that Tina is still doing her morning coffee with Tina. She posts that to our YouTube page. Make sure that you have liked and followed our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our TikTok channel, and our Instagram channel, so that you can follow along with all the fun. We are posting some extra videos as we get ready for IOLI Unconvention, and I think I do have Mediterranean knotted lace next week. I finished a sock, one sock. I still have the other one. I started the other sock, but I haven't finished it yet, of course. And then I'm working on that really fun lace shawl, and I'm gonna need some test knitters. I already talked to Kathy, so Kathy's going to test knit for me and make a sample, and I'm just trying to pull things together so that I can release another pattern, because it's been a while. I mean, I had 4 new ones that I did for the slow crawl, but those are locked up until the end of the slow crawl. Although if you want to get them, you know, before the slow crawl ends, all you need is your passport, and you need to either visit the shops in person or go make a purchase online, and you get the fabulous patterns. And there are 50 patterns available. We have both knit and crochet patterns for most of the shops. Every shop has a knit pattern. I think half of them have a crochet pattern as well. So we're trying to embrace both the knit and the crochet. Anyway, if you have any other questions, don't forget that you can always contact Tina or I, either through the webpage, through Facebook, through Instagram. We try to be, you know, fairly reachable, open to answer your questions. So if you have suggestions for things that you'd like me to teach, always open for that as well. Anyway, all kinds of fun stuff going on. I have lots of work to do. I've been super tired the last couple of days and had a really bad headache. I don't get migraines often, but I have a feeling that one is trying to come on because I've been stressed and trying to get a lot of stuff done. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully, I will be back on Monday, and I'm pretty sure we are doing Mediterranean knotted lace. If not, we're taking a walk through the garden, and either way, it's going to be super fun. So I hope you'll join me for that. And again, don't forget to follow us on all of the various social media channels. Make sure that you are posting your year of self-care posts for social media and tagging us so we can find it, because, you know, I had nobody enter last month, so I couldn't give away anything. It was very sad. But this month I'd really like to do that. So make sure that you're doing those posts and tell your friends, invite them along, because remember, it's free, you know, it's just for fun. It's just something for fun. And this is like craft in the sun. So you can do anything in the sun or on your deck or on your porch, or just like share what you're working on and tag it. Totally fine by me. Anyway, until Monday, do please take care of yourself, and sorry about that, I moved the table a little bit, and yeah, just take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, what do I say, craftually, yeah, craftually, because it's important to craft a little bit every day, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just 15 minutes right before bed. It's totally fine. Just, you know, just sneak it in there. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. All right, so until I see you guys on Monday, you know, do all the things. Yeah, take care of yourself. See you then.